That's why we've decided to bat first and try and get a big score.
Yeah, it's a good decision, but in case they batted first, I think you would have to get it in an over or something.
Yeah, so it's unrealistic either way.
Yeah. What about your team?
Same team as last time. We've only got 11 to pick from at the moment. There's been a few guys go down.
Right. And you?
Mornay's out. He's hurt a finger, so we've got Manu Singh coming in to bowl right arm seamers.
All right. All the best, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Right. So Kandy Samp Army, they have won the toss and they'll be batting first.
Yeah, well, you heard Aaron Finch there saying that they've got to get a whole stack of runs, something like 300. Anyway, it's Kevin O'Brien, Aaron Finch with Trevon Griffith, Navin Stewart, Jonathan Fu, Jessel Carrier, Rahul Yadav will keep wicket. Rahul Shukla bowls quick, Vikas Tokas bowls a bit of medium pace, John Russ Jagisar off spin, and Lahiru Jayaratne. He bowls seam up. Now the Devils, well, Callum Ferguson said there's no Manu van Beek there, so Manu Singh comes in. Brendan Taylor's well short of runs, but Ishan Malhotra looked good when he opened the batting yesterday. Callum Ferguson's okay. Amateurs Singh, I'm talking about form now. And of their bowlers, Iqbal Abdullah to bowl that left arm spin. They've got Anurit Singh, who's having a good tournament. And Pradeep Sangwan, left arm pace. Kandy Samp Army have won the toss and will bat. Kevin O'Brien at the top of the order. He's having a wonderful tournament. Now, alongside me, Kusala Suresh Chandra has been watching this. He's played a magnificent role, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's batted wonderfully. He's the second highest run getter in this tournament. I would say he's single-handedly held on the Kandy Samp Army batting together to whatever totals that they've got. He's been very brutal. That's the way Kevin O'Brien plays his cricket.
Yeah, it is. He likes to assert himself over bowlers, bullies them to an extent. He's 31 runs behind Robin Uthappa, who had a sublime innings again yesterday. 237 runs. Robin Uthappa 268, Tilakaratne Dilshan 214, Gurkirat Maan, my word, he's playing well, 209, and Sean Marsh for the Giants 207. Strike rates, healthy strike rates. So Kevin O'Brien, Ireland, no longer playing for Ireland. There were one or two in Ireland with raised eyebrows who felt that he could have carried on playing. He's only late 30s now in terms of age, but he really does want a career in coaching.
Yes, he's been a wonderful servant of Irish cricket. But going back to that strike rate, but Kevin O'Brien's strike rate is a little bit lower than the others. The reason for that, Alan, has been that he's been the one who's held the innings together. He's batted for about 10, 11 to 12 overs in almost every game because the wickets on the other end have been falling apart.
Yes, that's right, absolutely. So not only has he scored runs, but he's been holding the side together when others around him have been falling. So we've got the Kandy Samp Army against the Delhi Devils. Both these teams had a bit of uncertain start, but then Aaron Finch, captain here, and his team started to put a couple of wins together. So we've got a double-header today, and then tonight it's the New York Superstar Strikers. We dropped the Superstar, we call them the Strikers, against the Colombo Lions. And tomorrow, 6:30 or 7, I think it could be around 6:30, we're going to have the final. So we still don't quite know who those final two teams are. We've got a very good idea. It won't be Delhi Devils, but they're playing, as you heard Callum Ferguson there, they're playing for some pride as well. Now Anurit Singh, he will start to Kevin O'Brien. Anurit Singh has bowled well in this tournament.
Yes, I think he's been one of the leading wicket takers for the Devils.
Gets the ball to jag back. Kevin O'Brien's area is mid-off, extra cover. He loves to go down the ground.
Can't we just play? It's a Mickey Mouse tournament, can't we just play?
There's that in swing. Yeah, you can see Kevin O'Brien, he just gestured there. There you go. That's a little signal to Aaron Finch and also to himself. that it's an in-swinging new ball.
Yeah, that's what Anrit has been doing throughout this. When he's been bringing it into the right-handers. Here we go again. There you go. Good movement, isn't it?
That's why that's a bit of a sort of a half a shot. It's come off the inside half of the bat with that in swing. O'Brien, Kevin, that is, he likes to go down the ground. Here we go. He's thrown everything. The in swing has caught the inside half of the bat.
But the field looks a little surprising, Alan, because he's an in-swinging bowler. He's got only the deep square out on the fence. The fielder, the third man is the other fielder standing out.
Now that's gone, and I would like to see the fine leg back. I don't know about a third man in this with this kind of bowling, with this in swing. Fine leg, get him back down, because that swing is going to catch a lot out, including your own team.
Just what we were talking about. Has he got his feel right for that swing? That type of line and length that he's bowling. I would still feel maybe 5 men on the on would be a better ploy.
Yeah, absolutely right, Kosala. You want, with this in swing, you'd rather have the extra man on the leg side, not on the off side. In fact, if I was the bowler, I'd be saying to the captain, skipper, I want one over. I know we've got to have only 2 out. I'm not so sure that the third is the right man there. I know where he's there, because he's standing in the shade. That's why he's there. It's the only shaded part of the ground, and he's standing in it. See, with this shape and this trajectory, with this swing, everything's going to go leg side. You will get an outside edge that could fly through slips, but I doubt the third man will cut it off anyway.
Maybe the ploy is leave that gap open, try and ask the batter to go right across. That might also be the ploy that Anrit is trying.
Bold. Good over. Really good over to start. Samp 8 for no wicket from the first. Pradeep Sangwan, left arm pace bowler from Delhi. He was in the 2008 Indian under-19 side that won the World Cup in Malaysia. Very much a strike bowler for Virat Kohli's team in 2008 at the Kinrara Oval. And so does Ravindra Jadeja was in that side as well.
Pravit Sangawan starts decently, but Alan, the hard part is how do you keep a count on how many under-19 World Cups India has won? They've won so many.
Yeah, how many is it? 5?
Yeah, correct. Center. No, middle and leg. Middle and leg. Correct, middle and leg. Thank you.
But they do produce some wonderful under-19 cricketers.
Absolutely, it's a good system. So the man back there on the deep square leg side, run saving, boundary saving position for Sangwan, and he's got his third man back. So he's got 5 on the offside. There we are, that little ring there. Fielder's saving the single on the offside to the right-hander, and his third man is down. Not sure what Aaron Finch was up to there, trying to, well, just trying to befuddle Sangwan.
Well, I thought he tried to open up, but Sangwan went way wide. It was not the, yeah, it's a cross seam, and he just pushed it across further.
Catch it is the call from the keeper. No, didn't quite get there.
It's a good challenge that Sangwan is offering the batters, right? He's trying to angle it across the right hand. He's keeping the mid-wicket open. So he's really doing some good work.
Well, both these batters are having a full whack in that Under-19 World Cup. Sangwan took 5 for 44 against the South Africans, who had Syed Engelbrecht in that side, and he's now playing for the Netherlands. Oh, that's a good ball. That is a surprise short ball. 11 for no wicket. Kevin O'Brien, Aaron Finch, Trevon Griffith and Naveen Stewart, the West Indian contingent. Also Jonathan Fu. Nagendra Chaudhary. Yeah, I was thinking of the left armers in that tournament. Wayne Parnell was playing for them. JJ Smuts. Oh, he's knocked him over. What a decent ball that is. Aaron Finch having a waft and simply missing.
This has been good stuff from the Devils. All three bowlers have bowled in good areas, and straight away Nagendra bowling straight and asking Aaron Finch, you hit me, but if you miss, I will knock you over. And that's just what exactly has happened. Aaron Finch departs for 8. It's 11 for 1.
Trevon Griffith, the new man. He's probably the lightest cricketer of the contingent of West Indians. That's a decent ball, that is. Just held its line. So that's a good strike when you knock back a World Cup winning captain in Aaron Finch. Nagendra Chaudhary. Trevon Griffith from Guyana, from Berbice, Guyana. I often wonder when I see batsmen doing that and they just carve their spikes into the turf, why the ground staff don't just make 3 little white marks, middle, leg and off. Make it a lot easier, wouldn't it? Griffith. Oh, he wants the single.
A direct hit, and we are going upstairs.
Well, Trevon Griffith looked in very good shape right here. He knew he was in. He was a long way past. The umpire's right there. But because of the concerted appeal, the umpire felt the need to go upstairs for that third decision, third umpire. So it's not out. We'll resume. Kevin O'Brien has been the anchor for the Kandy Samp army. 3 from 6 for the Irishman. That's his area. He loves going there. Mid off, long off, extra cover. It's Kevin O'Brien's territory.
Well, he gives the charge on this occasion. There you go, just scoops it. More like a hockey corner scoop.
He's played a lot of hockey. The whole family has played hockey. His sister has played for Ireland. His father played hockey. His brother Niall. His brother plays everything. Oh, he's dragged this leg side. That's a good hit. He'll take 6 for that.
Kevin O'Brien is getting into his act. He said, I've had enough of this. I need to make a move on. And this time, he picks Chowdhury and puts it over mid-wicket.
It's a good shot, that. Used the length as much as anything. And now there's a long on after the horse is bolted. Yeah, Griffith calls for the leg by. I don't think there was any bat on that.
This is the best over so far that the Samp army has had. But they need a big total, Alan. They need a big total to be in contention for a place in the final tomorrow.
Oh, Griffith says wait. He heard him saying wait, then he charged up the pitch. 23 for 1, 18 balls delivered.
Seven and over. That's what they're going at the moment. And I would think they need to go a whole lot quicker than that because they need a massive score. O'Brien's going to give it a go, that's for sure. And that doesn't skip away, just plugs in the surface.
Hardly the type of chase or hardly the type of start that the Kandy Samp army would have wanted if they were looking at qualifying for the final, though it's a very uphill task, considering that they just got 11 players and they're depleted. Not so sure whether they're even considering or looking at mounting a challenge here in terms of a big score.
Stifled shot.
Just slipping down the leg side, that ball staying down. So Kevin O'Brien has to be the man to play that type of innings. Finch has gone, just 8 of 7. Kevin O'Brien has been the man who's been in form, has done the most amount of scoring in terms of aggregate for his team and in the tournament. He's not looked fluent today. Unfortunately, he's not timed. Some of the shots that he's attempted has not really come off. There have been a few inside edges.
Well, I think these pitches have got us a little stymied because we keep thinking when they play on them for the second time with the heat that's around that they're going to dry sufficiently enough to bring spin into the game, but it hasn't been the case over the course of the whole tournament. The pitches just have stayed very good, very true for the batting side. Maybe today. Maybe that's the reason why O'Brien is not quite finding the middle of the bat. Long on goes back, deep third comes up into the circle.
Anything around that area that's been pitched up in the zone, they have disappeared. It's the short ball, the pull shot that they've struggled because, as you said, it could be that the ball's not coming on a bit. The bounce has been a little bit low. Yeah, but the surfaces have been brilliant. I think that's because these grounds don't get used a lot, so these pitches are generally protected.
Lovely facilities here in Sri Lanka. So many international playing venues, good strips. Good run. There's a lot of schools from England and Australia that come out here, don't they, on their cricket tours?
Yeah, quite a bit of sports tours happens to these parts of the world, and because some of those teams, they come here wanting to play at international venues, which is a massive achievement for them, for their CV, to have gone back with some pictures playing maybe at Pallekele or at the Premadasa at the Galle International Stadium. So that becomes a massive USP for teams visiting these parts of the world.
O'Brien finds a boundary with the last delivery of the power play. He spanked that down the ground. 31 for 1.
That's a good shot. Just look at how he clears that, or at least gave himself room, and the bowler just kept following him. So allowed him, possibly he was thinking of the offside, but allowed him to play that shot over towards long on. That's a confirmation. Not the hottest power play in terms of runs and balls, 31 of 24. A run rate of under 8.
Not the hottest power play, but one of the hotter days we've experienced here. It's such a hot day here in Pallekele that we even experienced the shortest coin toss in the history of cricket.
And we also experienced you speak about the hottest day, but you had no concern about the sun. You were having a long conversation of about half an hour.
Born in South Africa, but now living in Perth, Western Australia, that knows heat. It knows what heat's about there.
So you obviously enjoy it.
Heat makes you feel alive. When you're batting, there's nothing better than your shirt sticking to your skin, because you feel as though you're hard at work. Nothing worse than playing in the UK when it's mizzling and it's freezing and you're standing at slip and you're saying, don't nick it, don't nick it, don't nick it. Got him. That's the end of O'Brien. That might very well be the end of his tournament and that of the Samp Army.
Yes, by the looks of it, because the two openers have been their best batters. And again, a rather wild swipe, if that's the right description of that shot. One hand coming off the bat, and then he has to take that long walk back. Not convincing, 20 or 15, still a good strike rate, but nothing close to what we've seen of Kevin O'Brien. Kandy Samp now after 27 balls and 32 for 2.
Also quite difficult for these players, isn't it, just to try and get themselves up for the occasion. I know that Paul Nixon, their coach, the coach of the Samp Army, would have had them seated around a table last night, and he would have been trying to work out a way which they can win. But the players aren't fooled. They know that there is a reality to it, and that the chance of them going through is virtually zero. Naveen Stewart makes his way out to the middle. The dismissal of Kevin O'Brien.
He was making his intention clear, but look at how he loses one hand on the handle. He was looking to swing it away on the onside. As I said, hasn't looked fluent today. He looked a little bit off color. Kevin O'Brien, when he's on song, is such a difficult batter to bowl at. He just goes runs at will and he picks his spots. But at best, Kandy Samp would have wanted a good opening partnership. At least to give them some hope, though, as you said, it's not realistic.
Yeah, just to give you a little indication of what we're talking about, and we never like to say that it's impossible, because the one thing about cricket is that matches that have looked impossible have turned out to become possible. And but we're talking about the Samp Army getting in the region of 170, 180, and then having to bowl the Devils out for 40. That's the magnitude of the victory that was required. Quick, finds a glove, finds a boundary.
Surprised him, Stewart, because we have seen Sangwan not very hot in terms of pace. It was the bounce. It was really the bounce and the movement back into the right-hander. Just kept following him. I think brushed his shoulder as well. But definitely surprised him with a bit of pace and bounce. And it's the movement. Now they're going to go through that protocol. I'm not sure. Did he get hit on the helmet or? No, I think they want somebody to. He needs some help because he was hit on the glove. So it's not about getting hit on the helmet, but he still needs some help because it was a pretty nasty delivery.
That's the physiotherapist. Come on with some magic spray. Now normally the spray that they use on a finger it's almost like an anesthetic. It just deadens it, which then allows you to grip the bat without experiencing pain. But the pain is still there, and you will experience later on in the evening. But it's a cracking bumper.
He was certainly surprised, and I think the problem, as we did describe, was the direction of the delivery. He just couldn't get out of the way. Just kept following him. And that was a hasty retreat as far as the batter was concerned. Did well to get out of the way, but still hit the glove and the shoulder.
Well, it was O'Brien and Finch that opened the innings for the Samp Army, and it was Finch that went first for 8 of just 7 deliveries, and you almost felt that it was the two of them that had to get things going up front and probably go really deep into the innings if they had any chance of not only winning this game but getting through to that final. The dismissal of O'Brien would have seen plenty of heads drop in the Samp Army dugout. That was a beauty. It wasn't only the bounce, but the ball actually nipped back in towards Stewart, and he had to dive for cover. But he's okay, and we're away. Oh, that was a little hesitant. If he hits, he doesn't.
He was running for a run out. Yeah, but he said I think he was just wanted
Just the one real decent over when O'Brien found a couple of boundaries. Otherwise the Devils have had it in hand. This should have been out, run out.
Interesting the way Stewart was looking to complete that run. I think he'd given it up. He's not even making an effort. At this point, he is not even making an effort. He's not even looking to touch the ground or crease his bat. He's just given up. The bowler had a decent look at the stumps but just couldn't strike it. Had that hit, it would have been 3 down. Stewart would have been long gone.
I think he realised it was a bad single. Halfway through the run, he thought, oh no. But he's still there and he's on strike.
Stewart seems to be a little bit shaken by the short delivery, appears to be backing away the initial movement. Even the last ball of the last over. Even this one, I suppose it could be that impact on that glove where you got a knock. Wouldn't be easy to grip that bat because you'll feel the jarring effect.
It's flipped away on the leg side. There is protection at deep square leg, so it'll just be a single. He does appear to still be struggling with that finger, where he got wrapped on the hand. Yeah, he's not a happy camper.
Fingers, they can be very, very painful. They are almost in the first line of attack or fire with the bat in hand. Yes, you've got your body, but generally you find a lot of batters tending to fend the ball and getting hit on the gloves, on the fingers. Stewart, 6 of 5.
Well, they'll get a bye. Nicely bowled by Monu.
Stewart was again looking to go over extra cover, giving himself a bit of room. That was Griffith, I beg your pardon, the left-hander. But what Monu did well was he just kept bowling wide of the off stump and bowled a bit slower. So just what, 2 runs in the over of the first 3 balls.
Not interested in 2, or are they? Well, they walked the first and then trotted the second. That's how easy the 2 was.
Certainly seemed to be struggling with the timing. That's for sure. Even that one, for a moment I thought that Stewart found the gap and the timing was good, but he didn't. He really didn't kick on. Haven't really seen up and down bounce, but I'm wondering whether the pace of the pitch is a concern.
Yeah, he hasn't batted as high as this before for the Kandy Samp either. Maybe they've just given someone an opportunity to go and have a hit. We think Jonathan Fu has come in higher up. Jessel Currier has also batted higher up. So maybe... That'll be a wide.
That's round the wicket. That angle. Always when you go round the wicket and go wide of the crease, you've got to be very, very straight with your line. Well, this is beautiful, isn't it? We've shown you a few times how beautiful Sri Lanka is. These are beautiful parts of the country. In the central province, in the central hills, the mountainous range. We've spoken about the Mahaveli River that irrigates a lot of land, farmland, in this area, and also in the eastern province as it flows to the sea through Trincomalee.
Well, just nudged to mid-off, so that's the end of 6 overs. 36 balls gone, 44 for 2.
6 overs gone, 44 for 2. The run rate is little over 7 runs an over. The projected score is only 110, so that's hardly sufficient for Kandy Samp. Even if they win to qualify to get into the top 2 of this tournament, the Legends Cricket Trophy. Incidentally, today is the last day of the first round games, and then we go straight into a final. The top 2 teams play each other.
Well, the fact that we've got to the last round of these games and we still don't know who our finalists are speaks volumes for the competition. Although there were 2 sides that struggled throughout, one of them on show here today, the Delhi Devils and the Colombo Lions. The Lions yet to register a win.
Come a little bit, man.
I thought that's where we did see a bit of unfair competition in terms of Colombo and Delhi. That had a lot to do with the combinations and the availability of players, the injuries. But the rest of the teams were fairly well balanced. They were quite competitive. Of course, there were some standout performances. The New York Strikers looked very good. The Rajasthan Kings. We did see Dubai Giants making a massive effort yesterday to try and overhaul that 208. So those 3 teams have obviously been the best. But Kandy Samp and Punjab Royal, oh, some turn. Certainly some turn there. So Kandy Samp and Punjab Royal also have made their presence felt.
Well, with this spin or turn off the pitch, Callum Ferguson goes into slip.
Catch.
It's definitely holding a little bit now.
Certainly appears that way. Now 2 deliveries, consecutive deliveries. The previous one spun. The other one just got stuck a little bit. Stewart was playing a bit early.
I'll tell you what, how is he still there? He's played and missed. He's been wrapped on the gloves. He's found an outside edge. He's had an inside edge. He's nearly run past this one.
Keep going there.
Intention appeared to be that gap between long off and extra cover because he knew that the ball was turning, but he just couldn't get there. And the quick turn off the surface didn't allow him to play that shot.
Oh no, put down. Brendan Taylor had an opportunity there for a stumping, but he's just punched it. And the wide is called.
Well, Griffith, he was charging, and credit to the bowler. Fired the ball wide. And this time, they were excited again. Was it off the glove or what? Brendan Taylor struggled.
So yesterday, the average first innings score yesterday on this pitch was 199.
How's that?
Well, there's another wide is called. There's an appeal from Taylor. I'm not sure Square Leg's going to give it out. He's going to have a look upstairs. Griffith didn't even look as though he was interested in getting back. So after yesterday's batting heroics from everyone, it doesn't look as though this Samp Army, Kandy Samp Army are even going to get to 50.
I think he just got back. He just got back. He was looking to go down the pitch, but there was no real urgency of wanting to get back, as you said, but just kept his bat down.
But some of the batting, and these guys are a lot better players than this. So maybe the surface is just suddenly exploding. Well, there you go. That's the end of it, isn't it? It was bound to happen. He's run past one, and they've now lost their third.
Well, he was charging. Just look at him. Came down the wicket. He was looking to go for an almighty swing. I think that was clever bowling by Abdullah. Held it back, bowled it slower. So that's the end of Griffith. Struggled a lot, 5 of 10. The Kandy Samp now are 48 for 3.
Javon Griffith, massive swing, massive miss. Say goodnight, Josephine.
Yeah, correct.
So Iqbal Abdullah picks up the wicket. Kandy Samp are 48 for 3, and they're contributing to their own demise. Naveen Stewart is in now, 10 from 10. Praveen Gupta. I've seen a lot of left-arm spinners in this tournament. It's a bit of a heave from Naveen Stewart. Now we're going to see Jasal Karia.
You're right though, there have been so many left-arm orthodox spinners that have been really top-class performers in this tournament. We've seen plenty of them, and it shows you haven't seen a huge amount of wrist spinners, I suppose you could say. Probably about 3 or 4. But leg spinners in the T20 format are ever sought after these days.
Wait. Praveen.
50 up for the Kandy Samp army. Aaron Finch's team, Aaron Finch at the toss, said they only had 11 fit players, so it's the playing 11 that's the only one that they could put out. They've had quite a few injuries.
Catch it.
That's a good blow, but I'm not sure he's got enough on it. He may well do, he does, and it's rifle straight back over the umpire's head.
So Stewart, he's swung, he's been given a few lives out. One has been out in the centre, and he's hit that high, and it just had enough distance on it to creep over that boundary rope. Only just, the fielder not far away from it.
Good work.
Always a man out at deep point, that's your insurance. 57 for 3.
Keep it.
So 48 deliveries have been completed, and it's that time of the innings where there is a strategic timeout. We'll see you shortly.
Okay, happy. Stop. Little bit more focus. Stop, show me.
It was actually leaked to BBC. It was supposed to be announced. See what we're doing.
So the Kandy Samp army, Aaron Finch winning the toss, batting first. They know that they need next to a miracle here to get a huge score and then bowl out the Delhi Devils in no time at all. So it's highly improbable, unrealistic, but whatever it is, got a game of cricket going. And this is Iqbal Abdullah. Nice action. 6 balls he's delivered, 4 of them are dots, 1 for 4. Stewart is on strike. That's got a chance. Yes, it is. Yes. On that front pad, straightened, and it looked plumb in front.
Liquid refreshment did the bowler plenty of good. He's come back, he's playing for turn, and it went on with the arm. That is as straight as you're going to get. He's holding his bat up, but I'm sorry, that's wrapped you straight on the pad. And Abdullah, he's got 2 wickets now. He's having a great day out in the sunshine. The Samp army, not so much. Stewart, he's gone for 18. Samp army, 57 for 4.
Yet again a wicket falls on the resumption of play following the timeout. It brings Rahul Yadav in. Strike rate is a very healthy 164 in this series.
Left hander. Right hander. Right, sorry. Sorry. Take the leg.
So Rahul Yadav has kept quite well actually in this tournament. Been busy and vocal behind the stumps. They need some runs now. Bowled. That's well bowled.
So Yadav, he's in there at the moment because of this. Stewart hit around that front pad and he so at the moment they are going absolutely nowhere. They aren't showing much intent.
Very good.
At the on the current rate, they're going to get 100 runs, just over 100. So that is never enough.
One.
There was a chance of a second. It's all on the throw.
And the wicket's not playing too badly. They've just struggled to get any partnerships at all here. That's when they start looking a little bit dangerous. They lose another wicket. At this point in time, this wicket isn't reflecting the score here. The wicket's not a bad one here.
Just saying, Farhan, our stats guy, just told us as well. I thought the name was familiar, but Abdullah, Iqbal Abdullah, was also a member of that Indian team of the Under-19 World Cup in 2008. Picked up 10 wickets in the tournament. Nice easy action, repeatable action. That's what you want when you're a left arm spinner, any spinner really. You want an action that you can repeat, and this is certainly one of those.
Very good.
Sweat that from in front. $59 for 4. Sangwan with the wicket of Kevin O'Brien, Nagendra Chowdhury, wicket of Aaron Finch. You'll enjoy that. And Iqbal Abdullah with Griffith and Stewart in his back pocket. 2 West Indians. Praveen Gupta, another of the battalion of left-arm spinners.
What's also happening is they're getting through these overs really quickly. As a batting side, they're trying to get something started. Before they know it, the over's completed and they're running out of opportunities here. Here's the Samp Army.
Yeah, that's the thing with spinners. You get through the overs so quickly, before you know it, you wasted a lot of balls.
That's good, Prav. Lovely leg, buddy.
There's been a couple of shots in anger here and there, but other than that, there's been quite a lot of defensive shots, defensive pushes into gaps, and the tournament you've been seeing men walk down and smash the ball to all parts. That's what we like to see a little bit more of.
It's quite straight there.
Very good, boys.
One or two of these teams have suffered injuries because of the it's been a pretty tight schedule, matches every day, no rest day. There have been a gap now and again for the sides, but bodies have been creaking. Should be another one. There should be 2 here. There will be 2. 60 balls delivered, 10 gone, 66 for 4.
Yes, the slowest. Tell me this is the most score after 10 overs. What was the previous slowest at 10 overs?
64 for 4 it is after 10 overs, so it's been slow going for the Kandy Samp Army. 5 overs to go, 30 balls. What can they think about? What's a realistic total? They've lost 4 wickets.
We need to go 10 to 12 and over from here on for these last 5. At the moment, they played a few of those shots in the last over out to deep point. No matter when they're going to look to come down the wicket, hit through extra cover, hit back over the bowler's head. I think they're a bit worried about playing that sweep shot. He gets it very, very straight, and it's quite a tough angle to sweep. Curry has tried a couple of sweep shots already and just struggled a touch.
That's it.
And that's what they've been resigned to doing here, really. Getting ones last over, they were just singles, hit out to long off, deep cover. Once again, the same is happening again here. To the current run rate, just below 6.5 to the over. There's the sweep shot, a bit of aggression finally, and it's a boundary.
Well, neither of these bats are going down the ground. They're not thinking of coming down the pitch, but they're sweeping. They're looking square the wicket to Abdullah.
Behind. No, Ash.
But Abdullah has been very frugal today. 2.3 overs, 2 for 13. Delivered 15 balls, 2 for 13.
There's another sweep shot, so a single. Might be some overthrows. And no is the call. I don't want to come back for the second. Not enough time there. Last partnership now, run a ball for 15. They need to push on, and push on quickly here. The Devils have got a confident unit after their win yesterday, even though Morneef and Vake is not in today's lineup. There's a bit of an agricultural mow. So 9 off the over. This is one of the more productive overs in the innings to date. Looking for 2. So 10 off the over. 74 for 4.
So the batting power play is on. Hopefully we might see some fireworks from the Kandy Samp army. They came into this game needing a big score, but the way things have turned out, it's just been a poor effort from them so far. Yadav and Korea just trying to get some respectability in this total. So Kevin O'Brien was the real person who really took on the bowlers, and he made sure that he batted till about the 10th to 11th over and got runs, and he got the others to bat around him. So, but that's not happened in today's game, and he's gone.
Yeah, I think there's just been a realization here that they've taken the batting power play from the fielding side, and so they're just changing the bowler. Now there'll have to be some fielding adjustments, because initially the spin was looking as though it was going to continue. It was going to be Abdullah. Now it's Sangwan.
Broadcast area. Broadcast area.
Take the leg. Middle and leg. Leg.
Pradeep Sangawan, 1 for 9 from 12 balls. Well, he goes over, long off, inside out, and a boundary for Kandy Samp army.
And a cricket shot. We've waited some time for someone to show us this, and that's a goodie. A real good shot by Yadav.
Yeah, beautifully done. Going inside out to the left armour. They need a few runs to get to a decent total. He goes again, and this time over point. It's another boundary. Yadav's realized that he's going to get the maximum out of the bowler in this over.
Well, they've taken the batting power play, so there's some fielding restrictions. There's 3 outside that 30-yard circle, and that's all that's allowed. And so both Yadav and Korea need to make the most of these 6 deliveries. They've gone boundary, boundary. They shouldn't be done yet. I need to get a move on. Yes, there's been a little bit of turn in the pitch, and maybe a little bit slower than yesterday, but surely not 199 yesterday as the average first innings score versus 110.
So now adjustments to the field. The point drops down to deep cover. He's a deep extra, and the long on comes in, and the mid wicket drops down. Short, good. That was expected. He went full on the previous 2 deliveries. And this time he's shortened his length.
Batsman first bound.
Bowls a nippy bouncer. Bowled a good one earlier on to Stewart, which clattered into his gloves and went for 4, but he does bowl a nippy bumper.
And this time he tries to go over mid-off, and that's a good catch. Running back, that's the skipper. Holding on to a good catch. Not easy all the time to take those when you have to run back or pedal back, but he's done extremely well.
Yeah, just at the beginning here, Ferguson has to find the ball, and then when he realizes it hasn't gone near the middle of the bat, he just steadies himself, back pedals ever so slightly, and holds on to a good catch. Sungwon has been good, deserves his wicket. It's his second one for the afternoon. Yadav goes for 18, 82 for 5. So there's been lots of actors and actresses that have graced this fine venue, and they've really enjoyed themselves.
I love this stadium. I think it's beautiful. I mean, I love a good cricket stadium, and this is definitely one of them. I'm sure you guys are going to host a lot more international matches here.
I'm a huge cricket fan, and this is my first time actually on a live stadium watching a match. So I'm super excited. मैंने चौके भी देखे, मैंने छक्के भी देखे, मैंने विकेट भी देखी, सब देख लिया मैंने.
Yes. And this is the first time I'm here for Legends Cricket Trophy, so it's nice. So I think the environment is really, really good, and the match was amazing. So I guess it's a win-win.
Just nudged around. Jonathan Fu, he's a new man in. He can give a few lists. He's here because of this. Yeah, they're trying to clear the man at mid-off, but only succeeding it.
Has Sri Lanka ever had so many wonderful Bollywood actresses and actors here at the same time?
Again, this time. Here. Yeah. Well, it's the... I waited till that ball is ball. Well, I would say this is the first time, but Sri Lanka does have its own Jacqueline Fernandez, who is born in Sri Lanka, a Sri Lankan who is a famous actor in Bollywood. She was here for the opening ceremony.
I can work out if
for 5, 72 balls have been done, 18 more balls remaining. The Devils taking a lot of time in deciding on their bowlers, and a few tall buildings. Apart from that, it's been a pretty mediocre effort from Kandy Samp, especially coming into the game, and they might have had outside chance.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure who's rubbing off on who, because the Kandy Samp Army's batting has been lacking energy, and the Delhi Devils have certainly lacked energy in the field, saunter between the overs, but you can understand a little bit both sides now not playing really for much, other than just to enjoy their last outing here before heading back to their various countries. There's been some good cricket played by both sides, some wonderful individual performances, but it will be coming to an end.
Just a single, and these are the wickets picked up. That was of Trevor Griffith and Stewart. He's been decent throughout the tournament. Abdullah. Jonathan Fu, Sepa. Also, actually, if you look at how the teams have performed in this tournament, there's been some standout performers for some teams who've almost single-handedly gone through with the team. This time, he tries to go and finds a field up. And Abdullah, he picks up his third, just a finish of that. But it's been very few team efforts that we've seen from the tournament.
It's Jonathan Fu looking for some quick runs. And like those that have come before him, have just struggled to find the middle of the bat. Simple catch. Abdullah's got 3. He's only gone for 17. And so Fu's tournament comes to an end. He goes for 185 for 6. Yeah, I think that, you know, we know the teams at the top of the table have probably had more individual performances within their groups, and that's the reason why they sit in those top positions. You think of the likes of the Delhi Devils, it's just been sort of Callum Ferguson, and then has played well. Morne van Wyk just played well in one game. You know, there hasn't really been a number of them that have had a good game. Whereas if you think of Rajasthan Kings, it hasn't just been the Robin Uthappa show. We've had Angelo Pereira, we've had Chaturanga da Silva. They've all produced match-winning performances. And in these short versions of the game, it's not really a team effort. It is a standout performance that wins you a game.
So Vikas Tokas, he's the new man in. Abdullah has been good. He's not trying to bowl quick up, and Tokas is in because Jonathan Fu couldn't clear the fielder at long off. Well, I've been quite surprised the way this game's rolled out. The batting, as if they're playing in the backyard.
Yeah, I think in particular because we know that they needed a big score to give themselves any sort of chance of getting through to the final. It was a slim chance, but a big score would have put a little bit of pressure on the Delhi Devils. If they'd have got 160, 170, who knows, maybe. 87 for 6.
O'Brien at 20 at the top. Stewart made 18. Yadav 18, but it's not been good enough. Finch, Griffith, Fu, all out for single-digit numbers. 87 for 6. Monu Singh, none for 14 from 12 balls. Well bowled. I don't think the Devils have bowled badly, but the batters have not really made an effort to really take them on. Again, good area. They'll only get a single.
Here's a run out. Here's a run out. Not even in the picture.
Well, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? Well, he was not interested at all, but he just kept coming. And another wicket down. That is of so Vikas Takas is run out. It's 88 for 7.
I just don't think anyone's tried to adapt to play on the pitch. And yes, we all thought this would be absolutely flat and easy for batting on, and maybe there's a little bit of turn and it's a little bit slow. Rahul Shukla makes his way to the middle. But this has been the story of their whole innings. It's just been wickets given away unnecessarily. I mean, here just one runs, the other doesn't. Out by the length of the pitch. Why are you not running? Because I don't feel like it.
Shukla is the new man in. He's been good with the ball, but not with the bat. This one man has bowled quick for the Kandy Samp Army, but his batting credentials don't give him much of a chance to take them to a decent total. Monu Singh, he's been good. Oh, now that's interesting. Maybe it's because of the batter moved and it's not been called wide. It was 89 for 7, Kandy Samp Army.
They might not get 100 here, you know.
Well, that's a welcome boundary. Jason Currier gets this one away over the infield. $93 for 7. Oh, this is good. Jason Currier has got enough on that, and they will get a 6. And they'll move to 99 for 7 at the end of that over.
The third one of the innings. The third big one of the innings to go along with the 8 fours. On the brink of going to 100.
Sorry. I've lost it. It's coming from here. It's going from here, not here.
So a good over there for the Kandy Samp Army. It's 99 for 7. This is the last ball, and yeah, he got enough on that.
Famine of runs.
Shukla tries to heave that one away. He'll only get a single, but the 100 is up.
Well, they're not going to get the lowest score. The lowest score, that belongs to the Colombo Lions, 101 for 8 against the Rajasthan Kings. So if all goes according to plan, the Samp army will go past that.
So this is the second slowest 100. Anurit Singh, he's bowling his second over. He's gone wicketless today, but he's been good in the tournament. Just another run. You can't blame Jason Karia and Shukla because their batters had not done the job for them. So what does Shukla do? Well, he's making an effort, and now they've just gone past that lower score.
Well, the nice thing for the Delhi Devils here is that they can improve their tournament statistics with ball in hand. Anurit's gone for just 11 off his 9 balls, so all their economy rates will get a little bit better. He's bowled good Yorkers.
Again. Well, oh, there might be a chance of a run out. No. Singles just been the order of this final over. Anurit, he's had a decent tournament. We want to finish off well with the ball. And this time he tries to go over long off and he succeeds. He's a powerful man and he manages to get some bat on it and some power to take it over the line.
Where's he been? Where has Shukla been? Sitting in the dugout. Good strike this. Out the back of the hand, but it's right on a length. Good strike, right. Final ball, final delivery of this innings. And he's going to find another boundary, is he? Yes. No. How well's he done to keep that in while stumbling? And instead, there's a run out. Well, everything that can happen in one delivery happened right there.
So there was a chance for a boundary. There was a good bit of fielding. It was a good shot. It wasn't a bad ball. And finally a run out. So the first check whether the fielder managed to keep it in play. Yes, that is good. He did very well. It was a good jump. And he's released it well in time. And now it'll be a check for the run out. And I'll tell you, he's out by miles. Shukla. So that ends the Kandy Samp Army total. They are 111 for 8 in their 90 balls.
Thought he had found a boundary off the last one here, Shukla. But it's a good bit of work in the deep to just keep this in play. Nearly bounced over his head. And then the presence of mind to pick up and throw to the correct end. And in search of an extra run. Shukla was well short. They'll get 2 for it. So at 111 for 8, the Kandy Samp Army, it's time to go downstairs now and join
Thank you so much, guys. I'm here joined by इकबाल अब्दुल्ला. 3 विकेट्स के साथ आपने एक बेहतरीन वापसी की है. क्या आपके दिमाग में चल रहा था जब आप ग्राउंड पर जा रहे थे?
सबसे पहले तो थैंक यू, क्योंकि हमने जब मैच से पहले हमने विकेट देखा था तो विकेट थोड़ा ड्राई था, और एज ए स्पिनर अगर आपको ड्राई विकेट मिलता है तो थोड़ा सा बॉल उसमें घूमता है, तो इसलिए एज ए स्पिनर थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए अच्छा था, और टचवुड माशाल्लाह बॉल अच्छा गिरा.
एक्चुअली मैं यही अगला सवाल पूछने वाली थी कि बतौर स्पिनर आपको काफ़ी मदद वहाँ पर मिल रही थी, आपको स्ट्रैटेजाइज करना पड़ रहा था, प्लान करना पड़ रहा था, लेकिन कल आपने पहली जीत हासिल की थी इस टूर्नामेंट की, जिसके बाद हमने काफ़ी खिलखिलाते हुए चेहरे आपके टीम में देखने को हमें मिले थे. तो आज जब आप सब ग्राउंड पर उतर रहे थे बतौर टीम, तब दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था?
जी हाँ, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने 4 मैच लगातार हारे हुए थे, और जिस तरह से हम लोगों ने कल ड्रेसिंग रूम में बात किया कि एक सेल्फ बिलीफ और एज ए टीम खेलते हैं, और नो मैटर हमारे हक में रिज़ल्ट आता है या नहीं आता है, बट हम ट्राई कर रहे थे कि अपनी तरफ से बेटर क्रिकेट खेले, और कल आपने देखा रिज़ल्ट अच्छा था, और आज जिस तरह से हम लोगों ने 112 पे आउट किया है, होपफुली हमारे बैटिंग अच्छी हो और ये मैच हम लोग आसानी से चेज़ करें.
112 रनों की आपको ज़रूरत है. क्या लगता है कितना मुश्किल होगा या कितना आसान होगा इसको पाना?
जी हाँ, छोटा फॉर्मेट जब रहता है और अगर कम रहता है तो सामने की टीम के लिए खोने के लिए कुछ नहीं रहता है, तो थोड़ा मुझे लगता है कि एज ए बैटिंग यूनिट हमें फोकस करना पड़ेगा, और अच्छा फिनिश करना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
लेकिन काफ़ी अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंस और एक खुशी हमें आप लोगों के अंदर देखने को मिल रही है. आई एम श्योर अब अगली इनिंग्स में वो हमें ग्राउंड पर भी देखने को मिलेगा.
जी हाँ, आप जब भी आपके फेवर में कोई पॉजिटिव चीज़ होती है तो हमेशा एज ए ह्यूमन आपके फेस पे स्माइल रहती है, तो कोशिश यही रहेगी कि हम लोग ये मैच अच्छा फिनिश करें, इस टूर्नामेंट को अच्छे से फिनिश करें.
आपके वक्त के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू सो मच.
So this is how the batters went about. 20 for O'Brien, 23 for Carrier, unbeaten. 18 each for Stewart and Yadav. But apart from that, it's been a very disappointing finish. 111 for 8.
Nice afternoon for the bowlers. Really, 6 of them used. Yeah, not many of them went for many runs. Sungwon was the pick of them. 3 for 19 in his 2 for 19 in his 3 overs. Abdullah 3 for 19 in his 4.
So the Delhi Devils need 112 from 90 balls to win this game.
Welcome back. It's a rather below par performance by the Kandy Samp Army. It's 111 for 8. Nothing really to talk about in terms of the batting. O'Brien making 20 at the top. Carrier trying hard to inject some urgency into that innings. 23 of 21. Yadav 18 of 12. And then Shukla towards the end showed some aggression, 10 of 5. But 111 for 8. Way below what was expected from the Kandy Samp Army.
O'Brien, he's been the most successful player in the order, but Finch knocked over early. Their hopes were with this opening pair to get them a reasonable total. Kevin O'Brien went on his merry way for a brief innings. He'd love to have gone on a bit more. He's been by far and away their best player. And that was the end of him. Cleaned up. Lovely bowling, right on target. Some aggressive bowling as well. That was the end of Griffith had a swing and a miss, and off he went. Abdullah, he had a really good day.
That's it.
Naveen Stewart launched one into orbit, and then he was caught right in front straight after the strategic timeout. Abdullah bang on target again.
Behind.
I mentioned Currier, he tried to fight for all he's worth. In the end, you've got to say it was a way below par score. The wicket seemed to be okay. There was the odd ball that turned, but nothing really to be weary of. And that was Fu holding out, hitting it straight down, long off throat. Abdullah, that was his third. There was a bit of miscommunication towards the end, and off he set, and no communication whatsoever. He was out by a country mile. So disappointing work there between that batting pair. Currier, just a boundary or two, and Shukla with a bit of rearguard action to try and get them to something respectable. This was a wonderful piece of fielding, and to follow it up, a brilliant run out. A throw straight next to the stumps, well gathered. And a really good piece of fielding. Good teamwork there from the Delhi Devils. Having a look at the bowlers, really sublime work by all of them, really. Abdullah going 3 for 19 off his 24 balls. The standout, we had a word with him shortly after the innings break. Nagendra with 1 wicket and Sangwan with 2. So the Delhi Devils will be requiring 112 runs to win from 90 balls. We'll see you shortly after the break.
How long are we on the break? Okay.
So Delhi Devils will require just 112 runs to win of 90 balls, and that's not frightening by any stretch of imagination, because the Kandy Samp army made rather paltry, below par, 111 for 8 of 90 balls. That last partnership, 23 of 10, injecting some life, but still way short of what was required from the Samp army to try and make a game of this. Yes, they depleted, just 11 players, as they said, were available for selection, so lots of challengers for the team, but still I'm afraid this batting performance cannot warrant such a score, or at least this batting unit cannot warrant such a score.
So the last game for both of these sides in the pool stages. There's a game after this evening as well, and then tomorrow we have the final to look forward to. Tomorrow evening, taking up strike for the Delhi Devils in the run chase, Priyanjan. 6 matches, a best of 20 not out, decent strike rate, but they need a little bit more from him. Morne van Wyk injured his finger, so he is not going to be opening the batting. So Priyanjan up top with Malhotra, who opened the batting yesterday as well and got a good 20 odd yesterday in pretty quick time. And Shukla, he's been quite impressive really. I think he's one of the quickest bowlers on display in this tournament, and he's got an interesting in-swinging delivery, which he really does attack the crease.
Now the reality is this: Kandy Samp, even if they manage to win here, they don't qualify, because they don't have enough runs on the board. to try and challenge those run rates. They started off on a negative run rate, so that's going to be very, very tough. Here's the first ball. You spoke about Shukla's pace. Let's see. Starts off with a fairly pacey delivery. On the other hand, I think the Delhi Devils have done extremely well in that last game and coming into this. They're trying to finish on a high. Yes, it's been a kind of a forgettable league for them, losing quite badly and consecutively, but then I think the last two games, the last game and the first half of this game has been very good for them.
And also the game before they got their victory, they were just narrowly beaten. So put in a good chase against them. They couldn't defend a decent score, so they were close on a number of occasions. They just haven't had that fortune of getting over the line.
Single off the first ball, that time just charging the bowler, Priyanjan. Out of the teams we have seen, the team that has struggled most and that has been the team that was dominated most, of course, was the Colombo Lions, because for some reason couldn't get their team combination correctly, or there were so many injuries, some players missing out. So I think the balance was wrong. So they were dependent on a few players, and the middle order looked a little bit weak and suspect, so they were the team that virtually ended up more or less like the whipping boys of this Legends Cricket Trophy. Nicely played, just waiting for the ball to come on to him. That's Malhotra. No rush for the Devils. They're in no hurry, there are no permutations for them, they're not chasing anything. All they want is 112.
Just over 7.5 to the over. It's well within their range, and they can have a quick look here, give themselves a chance, and then try and maximise this first 24 balls in the power play. That's important. Only 2 boundary riders outside the ring, and they can really put a huge dent in this total if they play this well.
That's a wide. A bit slippery, but going down the leg side. One of the impressive features for Delhi, or for the Kandy Samp has been the wicket keeping of Yadav. He's been unnoticed. He's taken some outstanding catches. He's hardly been noticed because he's missed very little, but he's generally kept very well. Well, he hasn't really done much with the bat in hand, but he's been very impressive with his gloves behind the stumps. Taken some good catches, good takes. Generally been very efficient and polished behind the stumps. As I said, no hurry at all. They can take their time. So at the moment, 5 balls for 3.
Let's have a look at some of the top 3 batters in each side and who's done really well. You can look at O'Brien. He's their top run scorer. He's always been up amongst the top run scorers in the tournament. He's been right up there. He hasn't rolled his arm over. He used to do a bit of that in the past, but hasn't gone and rolled it over today. Might have a little shoulder. It could be a few little niggles that come along the way. But a lot of these good teams have done really well up front with their good top order batters.
Not in control. Possibly hit the splice. Bit of extra pace and bounce. He was looking for that pull, but was onto him a little bit quickly. Ashan Priyanjan couldn't really get everything. Just continuing that topic about the top run getters. I mean, let's not forget Robin Uthappa, Sean Marsh. Those guys were in very good form. Tilakaratne Dilshan. So last ball of the over. He's bowling with good heat. Really good heat. 6 balls bowled, 4 without loss. There's some really good batters on display here. Robin Uthappa looked so good. Kevin O'Brien, as you spoke. Tilakaratne Dilshan. Kurkirat, man, what a player. I mean, he just bowled and batted and played some breathtaking knocks. What about Sean Marsh? Played some cracking pull shots. in those innings. I mean, really good performance here.
That game last night was worthy of a final, really. Over 400 runs scored in that brilliant game. Kings versus the Giants. Vikas Tokas, right arm medium, about to get us underway.
Tokas is a tall lad. He's not pacey, but swings the ball around a bit. Medium pace, Tokas. Yeah, yesterday's game, I really didn't think this was a good opportunity for a run out had that hit. But just back on the point you were making about yesterday's game, I thought the way the two teams played, neither team actually deserved to lose. What a chase they mounted. Good running here. Really good running. I think the batter was in.
Yeah, I think he's safely home. Bowler and his follow-through, running through in a bit of shoulder barging, getting to that ball first, and the batter didn't give him any leeway here. They're both charging at it. Looks to be comfortably home in the end. A couple of good deliveries being bowled here by Shukla as well as Tokas. Just nipping it back in off the seam. It's quite a difficult delivery to face in any format of cricket, nipping it back. And looking to come in next, the old skipper, Callum Ferguson, ready to go.
This might be, in fact, has it cleared the field? I think it has. Just past or just over Finch. Didn't really make a massive effort. Just a single. For a moment, I thought the batter didn't get hold of it. That was Ashan Priyanjan, I think, who was looking to charge. His intention was right. He was hitting it with the movement back into the right hander, but got a lot of bottom hand into it. And as a result of it, it went high rather than far. Oh, little chip. Now this might be taken. It is taken. That is a soft dismissal. Soft as one could imagine. Just, it was more like catching practice for me. It was a nothing shot. What was he doing? Just look at this. Look at it, just pushes it. What was he trying to do? Maybe testing out the field at extra cover.
Well, he certainly wasn't going to drop that. So a smile on his face, back over length ball, but innocuous. While Hodges hold out straight to cover. That's their first wicket down. He's gone for 2. Devils 7 for 1.
So the new batsman is the captain, Callum Ferguson. This is Tokas, just not expressed by any means, but that was a rather poor shot, really poor shot. Just opened the face, really could have hit it over extra cover, but instead just tapped it. So Tokas has got a wicket here. He's a tall, in-swinging bowler, gets a bit of bounce. He's not as quick as Shukla, but swings the ball a lot, Tokas. He's conceded 3 runs and a wicket. Still 2 balls left. Ferguson on strike. Oh, that ball came back. See, that's his strength. Tends to bring it back a lot.
Also a really good delivery to start the new player. If it was just a bit fuller, it might have rushed through him, because he wouldn't have had enough time to react with that sort of length. Just a little bit fuller would have skidded through him, through those defences, because he was looking to hit that square to start with and then had to readjust. He did pretty well in the end.
Sometimes a bowler can be a little bit predictable when he just keeps doing this thing over and over again. That we avoid. He essentially is an in-swing bowler. We haven't seen any ball holding its line obviously haven't seen the ball that leaves the right hand, but you would expect him to try and bowl at least one delivery that holds its line through to the keeper.
Abdullah there, I spoke at the mid-innings break. Brendan Taylor, near shot here. He's been keeping, spent lots of time on his feet. A lot of time out in the field this tournament.
That might be 4. In fact, it's cut off. For a moment I thought that the fielder Fu may not get across, but he did well. So single to end the over. 9 for 1 after the first 12 balls. Nine for 1, 12 deliveries bowled. It's a slow start by Priyanjan and Ferguson. Shukla has conceded 4 runs. Stokes was good, 1 for 5. So Shukla will continue. So two very different bowlers, the two fast bowlers. Stokes tall and swings the ball back into the right hand, but Shukla skinny and pacey. Ferguson will be the batter on strike. Deep third and a deep square leg. 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. He is quite sharp, I'll tell you. He's hitting that bat really hard. Well, they call the Papare band very popular. They are generally seen during the Sri Lankan games, during big matches in Sri Lanka. Even the players are starting to enjoy themselves. So they are very, very much in demand, these bands. Again, 2 dots.
The band in St George's Park in Aberga in Port Elizabeth in South Africa, also very famous for playing during games and test matches and keep the home team going. Brendan Taylor's not throwing too many dance moves there at the moment. He's pretty focused. His teammates on the other hand are enjoying the music, enjoying the festivities.
As I said, they're called the Papare band. Yes, that's a very common name where these bands are called or referred to. Swing and a miss. Just giving himself a bit of room here. Ferguson is just struggling to put back to ball.
It's been the order of the day today. He went cross seam, so sometimes it hits the seam and holds up a touch. Sometimes it hits the smoother side and skids through. So Shukla running in hard, and so if you haven't played for a while, possibly, which kind of Ferguson might have been, facing someone with a bit of extra pace here could be really a handful to take on here. He really is aggressive and running at the crease hard here.
Well, 2 mid-wicket this time on the pads. They will get a couple. What we haven't seen from Shukla is a short ball. Been on a length, been outside the off stump, but we haven't really seen that surprise delivery that is capable of letting the batsman have. Well, even he's enjoying himself, Paul Nixon. But still, whilst he does that, he's having his book. So he's just making sure that the important notes are always written down.
Well, it's the last game of the tournament for his side. So these notes are going to have to go into the storage unit until next time.
Might use them as some kind of backup, whether he can go and refer to general mistakes that teams made and the do's and don'ts in situations.
Particularly with a new format of 90 balls.
Straight to the man at short third. Now that was risky. The third had come in, so had he got it into the gap, that was 4. Just looking at Shukla, he's got a long run up and a very rhythmic kind of approach. Nice, strong action. Good follow through. He's a strong lad. He's not very tall, medium built, but he appears to generate a fair bit of pace. And he runs in a fair bit, I'll tell you. But he's comparatively young. Oh, bold. That time I think there was an edge. The fielders are very confident. Very, very confident. I thought I heard a sound. But not the umpire. It's interesting to look at. 11 for 1. Eleven for 1. Tokus will continue. Ashan Priyanjan will be the batter on strike. I thought Callum Ferguson had a very close call that last ball. The last ball of that last over. This time should be easily taken. It is taken at mid-off. That's the captain. Finch takes the catch and wicket number 2 for Tokus. Ashan Priyanjan has to take the long walk back. In fact, it's Kevin O'Brien, I beg your pardon, not the captain.
Safely pouched though. He's got some big mitts on him. And the leg side boundary riders were positioned and he tried to go over the offside. He's just not quite tall enough to get over that ball or get the leverage to get it over mid-off. So he holds out and that's the end of his tournament. Priyanjan gone for 4. Devils 11 for 2.
Right, Brendan Taylor, he was so focused when we showed him the last time. There was so much of music happening, his teammates enjoying themselves. But Brendan Taylor, I beg your pardon, was so focused. And he was having none of it. He was just so concentrating. Now he's here because Ashan Priyanjan was looking to go over the top, go over mid-off. A bit of extra bounce. And a fairly simple catch to the man at mid-off. That was Kevin O'Brien, and I can tell you Tokus is enjoying himself. He's having a good outing there with the ball. He's got 2 for 5 of 7 deliveries.
Yeah, leg stop. Gliding. Yeah, that's fine.
Tell you what, the Kandy Samp is really making a good effort here. They're defending a small score of 111 for 8. Was a good full delivery outside the off stump. Now, that last ball of the last over, there was a massive appeal when Callum Ferguson was on strike. Shukla thought he had his man. Let's look at this. He looked back straight away. I think I get the feeling that there was a feather there.
I also get that same feeling as you. Ashan certainly looked back behind him as soon as it happened. Another look. Looked to have a slight deflection as well. He bowled a couple deliveries last over, cross seam. And those are the ones that just hold its line. And previously seam up would come into the right-hander. So lovely change up.
Oh, now that time they're asking for a catch. There was a deflection, could be the pad. But that was a great take again by Yadav. He is really impressive behind the stumps. He dives, he moves. Good takes. Where did this touch? Yeah, it was just brushing the thigh, is it? But great take by the keeper. Look at that. Look at that acrobatic tumbling take down the leg side. That's a poor delivery. That is smashed to the boundary for 4. That's the first boundary, and that's Ferguson.
Taken a while in coming. He just dragged this short, but you could see Ferguson was positioned. He was almost waiting for that length. Just baseballed it through mid-wicket. So this has been a bit of a pedestrian power play at the moment. 16 for 2 after 23 balls. 1 delivery left on the power play.
Now 20 is the lowest power play in the Legends Cricket Trophy. Now the Delhi Devils are 16 for 2. They got 1 ball left in the power play. Well, what have they done? They have equaled it. They made 20 themselves. 20 for 2. The power play is done.
Thank you.
Yeah, nicely placed this. Good hands through the ball. Leru Jaratne. And Brendan Taylor from Zimbabwe on strike. Bit of a slingy action this from Jaratne. I don't think he's played for the full national side, but Sri Lanka under 19, Sri Lanka A. I would have thought over the years that a number of young bowlers coming through the ranks in Sri Lanka have used the slingy action. Mainly because of one person, Lasith Malinga. But this is not a Malinga kind of action, but it certainly is. He could actually get the arm up to a vertical position. He could work a bit harder on that.
So
he's found the outside edge. He's got a bit of pace. What he could do with here, Jaratne, that's a really good load up, and he could just hold it a fraction longer on that front arm. It's a good action because he pivots over that front foot nicely, pulls through the action, and a nice slower ball as well.
Well, it's been a laboured run chase, isn't it? They've not really gone on with it. They're just working things around, maybe because the target is not. But coming back to you, this is the action again, and that was a slower delivery. He was rolling his fingers on that. But Sri Lanka has produced bowlers with some weird actions, and very unique actions, I would say.
Well bowled. Yeah, Brendan Taylor says he'll take another. Oh, that's good. That's good decision from Brendan Taylor to go back for the second. Now he needs to finish off this tournament with a score. He hasn't had a score in the event. So let me put you on the spot here then. Kosala, who's had the weirdest action of all? We got last ball of this tournament, of this over, and you can have a think about it in the break. And when we come back, with the score 27 for 2, 5 overs gone, we'll find out.
All right, Alan, the answer to your question, I wonder whether you've seen him or seen him play. Kevin Kottegoda. He's a young bowler who's come out of the ranks. He played the Dubai T10. He has a very weird action. He's a spinner, and he's got injured also in the T10. Maybe because of the action. It's very weird. The way he delivers it, it's unbelievable.
Oh, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Yes, he was like a Paul Adams, but his action is more dangerous than Paul Adams.
Inside.
Well, look forward to that. So John Russ Jagisar here, the off spinner. That's easily done. Short and just helped around the corner by Taylor.
He used the pace of Jagisar. Alan, there you go. Jagisar is known to be off spinner, but he bowls more seam up deliveries, like try to bowl cutters, and he's very quick through the air. To me, I think he bowls a little bit of outswing as well.
Yeah, he's got old box of tricks, hasn't he? .81 required from 58 balls. Callum Ferguson began the tournament with a very well compiled 50. That's a big wide. He has speared that down the leg side. No chance for the keeper.
That'll be 5 runs to the team. That's poor stuff from Jagisar. Again, he's not trying to spin the ball. He's just trying to flick it. He also flicks it on some occasions. So he's got a little bit of tricks, right? This is Moni van Wijk, injured in today's game.
Yeah, he's dislocated that finger. It's the South African Moni van Wijk who went to New Zealand for a little while, and I'm not sure where he's living these days. Back in South Africa, but he went for a catch in the outfield. It looked nasty, so he's dislocated that finger. That's short. Picked up, and a very clean hit. It's 6 all the way for Taylor, Brendan Taylor.
Well, Brendan Taylor would have played that shot many times during his career, and he still would love anything short. He just puts it away very comfortably.
It's too wide. It's too wide. It's an easy 4 for Taylor. You can't bowl that wide and that short.
This time wide of the off stump. Brendan Taylor, given enough room, he's a big lad. He will reach for it. And he gets another comfortable boundary.
.22 runs from that over. 36 balls bowled, 49 for 2. Well, that last over has just helped the cause for the Delhi Devils, just to go above the Kandy Samp army in terms of run rate. Not a lot in it. Delhi are now 49 for 2. Kandy at this stage were 44 for 2.
Yeah, this is the previous over where Brendan Taylor really got the better of Jagisar with 3 boundaries and a 6.
Naveen Stewart from Trinidad and Tobago. Bowls a bit of a mixture. The keeper stands back. And at that pace, you'd think this keeper would come up. That's the 50 up for the Delhi Devils.
So Brendan Taylor, he'll be the key together with Ferguson. Ferguson's got a couple of runs under his belt in this tournament. His name, Alan, Naveen Stewart. Now, Naveen is a very common name in Sri Lanka. You get a lot of Naveens in Sri Lanka.
Could be out. It is out. That's a good catch. Jaisal Kharia has taken a very smart catch here at deep mid-wicket. Helps Naveen Stewart to get a wicket. And he'll be very pleased with that. Callum Ferguson's the man who's on the way back.
It was short, but it didn't really come on to Callum Ferguson to really get hold of it, and it was a good catch by Jaisal Kharia. And skipper Callum Ferguson walks back for 14. It's 50 for 3. And coming back about the names, there's some names that really are very common to the countries, isn't it? Especially Asian countries. So I think that's how. If you look at the names that Sri Lanka bring, there are a lot of Kusals, there are a lot of Lahirus in the modern day cricket.
Yeah, there are. I mean, Kusal is quite a familiar name. Meanwhile, that's a good catch. That ball was travelling. Perhaps didn't deserve a wicket with that delivery, but he'll take it. So that's the end of Callum Ferguson. 50 is up. Amitoj Singh is the new bat.
And coming back to that annoying point, Roshan is a very common name in Sri Lanka.
Roshan. Yeah, I'm fascinated with the surnames as well. I mean, because with Sri Lankans, there are a whole bunch of names, aren't there? I wouldn't hasten not to even attempt Chaminda Vas. I mean, he's got how many names? About 6?
Got about 6 or 7 names. But we also do have a lot of common surnames in Sri Lanka, like the Fernandos, the Pereiras, the Mendises.
Ranasinghe, Abhisinghe, Abhisingha. That's it, isn't it? Abhisingha. Yeah, you got the De Silvas as well. Mendes. So yeah, it's an interesting study. End the 42 deliveries, 7 overs gone, 53 for 3. Early strikes, Priyanjan Malhotra and Ferguson's just gone. Torkas picking up 2. There's not a lot of batting to come in this side because Sangwan is batting at 7, and that's high for him. Does give it a clatter, but batting at 7. Jaisal Kharia. The ball is off breaks.
So this is how the points table are looking at the strikers. They have a game this evening, but these two teams, Rajasthan Kings and Dubai Giants, will have to wait for the outcome of the next game to see who's going into the final.
लगेगा भी नहीं, रुक के आएगा तो.
So there you go, the Rajasthan Kings and the Dubai Giants. It's the run rate that separates them. But if so, get one, so the strikers have to lose really badly in the evening game for the Giants to feel that they might have a chance of getting there. That's what I've been talking about. So yeah, this is the game. Kandy and Delhi, they look out of this.
Catch it!
They'll just get another run. Finch will manage to pull that in. It's just singles at the moment.
So what's the game tonight again?
It's the end of the over. 48 balls gone, 57 for 3.
Time out, boys, time out.
And we'll have a timeout.
There'll be 4 for Kandy and 1 for Delhi. What is it? Your leading? Who are the 4? Is there anybody better than that? Kandy scored most runs, 23. You're leading. You know that.
खेला नहीं मैच सारे मैच खेले सारे 2 में बैटिंग है 1 में नहीं है और 1 में
Welcome back to the Palakeli International Stadium, where there's a chess match going on here. It's a low-scoring affair from both these sides. Some Army posting 111 for 8, and the Devils in their pursuit. They need 55 or 42, so the game right in the balance. 3 wickets down as well. Taylor has looked pretty good since getting out there. Stewart picked up a wicket in his first over. Continues. It's a real loosener. First ball after the drinks break, and that's 4. So the perfect start for Brendan Taylor and the Devils.
Well, in a game that's very closely run, I mean, you can't afford deliveries like that. Just 61 for 3 now of 49 balls. That's a friendly full toss. He was looking to bowl a cutter and just landed it full and fairly easily for Taylor to clip it into the mid-wicket gap. Now, if you look at 51 of 41, considering the rate of scoring, it's not been all that easy.
They are running hard here. It's a big call to come back for 2, but they're coming back. A direct hit would have probably been very tight, but they showed some good intent, this pair together. Matos and Taylor, really good work between the two of them.
You need some special efforts just like that. Now, had that hit, it would have been very tight. But then the Kandy Samp army, if they're to defend this, they'll need something special. They'll need an outstanding catch. They need a few run-outs.
What a beauty of a shot. Brendan Taylor, for me, that's the shot of the match. Banged it in, and he just opened up that face, and it looked like he had all day to play this shot.
They're cleverly executed. Just waited for it and then made the adjustment. Waited, banked into the pitch, and the last minute, he just waited till the ball arrived and then played that ram. That was cleverly done. He knew that the short third was in there, and therefore it became a very, very safe option. They got 10 of the first 3.
Brilliant work here. Devils, and they're just whittling away, getting that run rate required. Just under 7 now to the over. That's quite straight. He's given him. It's hit him high, hit him on the crease, it hit him on the above the pad, it hit him on the back thigh pad. And he's been given. He's disappointed, Brendan Taylor.
I like his reaction. That indicates that he's not happy. He was pointing towards his thigh. I think you need to look at his reaction. Let's see. It was certainly high and it was on the back foot. The umpire thought about it, sent him on his way, and Brendan Taylor's reaction, that was one of disgust and unhappiness. 36 of 19, he was looking good. Now the Delhi Devils are 67 for 4.
So 10 runs off the first 3 balls, and then a wicket. Pradeep Sangwan, he's had a decent day with the ball earlier on, but his work is not done for the day. He's got to get out there and score 45 more runs off 38 balls as he joins his partner out in the centre. And yes, he was very disappointed, Brendan Taylor, with that decision. Looked to hit him high on the back leg. So a closer look at this. Look at the height at which it hits him, above the pad and halfway up his thigh. So he's disappointed. He rubs his thigh. Disappointed. Right on target, the Yorker, but he's found a way to get it down to fine leg for 4. Great shot to get him off the mark.
But every run matters here in a tight situation. Now 41 of 37. That's what Delhi Devils need. That was very well bowled, no doubt, but has that short fine leg in the circle, so you get a bat onto it. It's 4.
So this is a massive over now, 14 off it. Slow ball, just getting his front pad right in front of the stumps and gets it away again. 72 for 4. Rate 6.6 to the over required. It's not too much to ask, but what they need is a partnership at this stage of the game. Taylor had looked fairly comfortable out there. He hit his stride nice and early, and he was dislodged in the last over. LBW to Stewart. Courier with his off spinners. Got some turn there though.
This surface seemed to be responding well now. A few balls have gripped. That delivery turned. So 2 new batters. That didn't turn. He was just giving himself a bit of room. Now, we spoke about that Brendan Taylor LBW. You need to take a look at this. Now, we all said that it was high, but what I like about it is the reaction. He's indicating where he got hit, where he struck him. Because it was definitely high on the back thigh and he was inside the crease, so every chance that the ball would bounce over the stumps.
the bowler might argue and say it was dipping. Possibly. It was a slower delivery. It might be dipping down for the second bounce. He won't be complaining, that's for sure. Stewart, because he got smashed in that over before that, and he'll be pretty pleased. He's seen the back of Brendan Taylor. He was frustrated.
Umpire Damit Sanjeeva.
Catch it!
Catch it is the call. It is not a catch because it falls short of the fielder. He was swinging with the turn.
Career ball and quite a aggressive wideish line outside off stump, trying to turn it back into the stumps, and I like that option as a stroke. Again, beautifully played out to cover. He's looked pretty good out there so far. Sangwan, since he's walked in, already a boundary and struck it in the middle. 77 for 4. So Devils trying to chase down 35 more runs. Scores aren't too far apart, 13 runs ahead are the Devils, so that's important. Wickets level pegging, so the game is going to get interesting here. Now this is the one over the 6 balls. The batting power play has been called by the batting side, so the partnership's only 10 runs old. But this is where they could really, if they have a good over here, they could make it pretty comfortable thereafter. So the fielders posted back. Just 3 fielders allowed out the ring. Cover, deep mid wicket and long on. It's a good start. Jayaratne.
Yeah, gets good outswing, Lahiru Jayaratne. Medium pace, not express by any means, but swings the ball. Nice movement away from the right-hander. Just a bit of bounce.
Interested to see how aggressive this batting pair actually take this power play off. They just go about their business. There's a biggish shot, slower delivery, and it looked to be a big shot on the way. Sangwan, but this pair, it's an opportunity to pick up boundaries. We know there's extra fielders in the ring, but at this point, if the Samp Army pick up 2 wickets or even a wicket in this power play, they'll feel very confident. Big shot over mid-off. That is the one they've been looking for all the way. Brilliant shot.
Just over the line. That's a welcome 6, which means that the Delhi Devils now need almost a runner ball. That was just back of a length, lack of pace, allowing Amitos to play that shot. Jayaratne doesn't get a lot of bounce, so it became very easy. So the pressure gets released somewhat.
Sweep shot this time. That was very straight and full. You don't want to be missing that. But he's picked and he's targeted the correct area there behind square. There's 2 fielders in the ring, and that's very well executed.
I thought the batter made the right adjustment. Just look at him. He was initially thinking about it. If you look at him, he was initially shaping to play it somewhere else, and then saw the ball dipping, and then had that presence of mind to play that sweep. Clever cricket by Amitos.
So 2 really good shots followed by a poor one.
Yeah, a bit of pace on, bit of seam movement. But 11 runs in an over in a tight game. We are defending 111. He is a lot. Now 24 of 25 is less than a runner ball, so that becomes easy. So you need wickets. Kandy Samp Army need wickets if they are to pull this off, which is becoming increasingly difficult.
We'll try the sweep shot, but that is comfortably outside the off stump. 1 leg bar safely negotiated. So 12 off it, 89 for 4. Just tuning in, 111 posted by the Kandy Samp Army, 8 wickets down. Correa, the only man to make any headway, 23 not out. And now the Devils in pursuit, 36 from Taylor, Amatos and Sangwan now at the wicket, 4 down. And leading just under a runner ball here. So all to do for the Army.
Shukla has bowled well. He's bowled 12 balls for 6 runs, but he hasn't had wickets against his name. Well, Kandy Samp Army needed somebody to come in and get those few wickets, create a bit of pressure. As far as the Delhi Devils are concerned, they lost 2 wickets quickly, but they've been steadied a little bit by those partnerships.
Pace on, and he's pulled this very well in front of square. So interesting. I think you said, oh my God, to bring a couple fielders maybe up into the ring and change the way they have set their field, because bat on ball here they can comfortably cruise through for singles at the very least.
See, both teams have been depleted. We do know that there have been injuries, players pulling out due to injury, and Kandy Samp Army just left with 11 players. So it's not easy when you compete in a tournament like this with back-to-back games almost every day. Over mid-off. For a moment I thought mid-off was in business. It was not to be, it's a boundary.
O'Brien was the man trying to get across to this one. A slower ball, and he spotted it well. And Amatos, as he did last over, he hit it over mid-off. Hits it over mid-off, not quite as convincing this occasion, but Shukla, he is the main threat here. He's bowled with some good pace, but that was the slow delivery, so it was well picked up by the batter. So 17 needed of 22, closing in on this target. This partnership, 28 of 16, is just what they needed. Lovely stroke once again. He's looked excellent out there. Amatos Singh. So at the moment just 16 needed. And as these two sides close in on the end of their respective tournaments, Samp Army were in the running for long periods of time in this series and just lost a couple of really close games. So 15 to go, 20 balls, and the Army haven't changed the field set really. They're just sitting back on the ring, and it's looking pretty inevitable at the moment. But looking back, the Devils lost a couple of close games halfway through this campaign, which could have shot them up into that mid-table region. They just haven't had enough. Their last game they played exceptionally well though. Down the ground again, that's brilliant batting. He means business. Amatos Singh. Wonderful work from him. So his second boundary in the over. Oh, beautiful. Lovely touch. Very elegant. And that's the way to finish the over. 16 off it. 105 for 4.
सही डाल रहा था गलत किया एक ओवर और हाँ पावर प्ले में भी डाल 100% डालता पावर प्ले में वो मिलता
Up our final match of the group stages or of the round robin. The Strikers taking on the Colombo Lions. The New York Superstar Strikers, bottom of the table, Colombo Lions. So just 7 required here for victory from 18 balls. They made hard work of it at the beginning, but now they've found their stride. Brendan Taylor played really well, the Zimbabwean, for his 36 of just 19, and so has Amato's. Smeared down the ground. That's a good bit of fielding from Griffin.
It's nice to see fielders still throwing themselves around. Yeah, so it's boundary the previous over.
Now that's a boundary. That's out the ground, and that will be the ball game. So the Delhi Devils have won this by 6 wickets. Mathematical really, because they had no chance of getting through to the final. The Kandy Samp Army, they did, but they didn't turn up today. They really were not impressive at all, and the Devils capitalized. A comprehensive victory. Their fans will be happy. They've ended on a high, but that will be the end for these two teams.
So this is the winning run for the Devils. Good clean hit. And look at the joy of their fans as they finish off the Legends Cricket Trophy in with a win. So this is the Delhi Devils batting card. Amito's 37 not out being the highlight, but 36 from Brendan Taylor set the tone for them to get to this 112 with the loss of 4 wickets.
They didn't have much to defend, Kandy, after their batters had let them down. But they tried hard up front. Shukla and Tokas were very, very good, but once Taylor had found his stride and Ferguson had played not too bad, it was a tall ask. The Kandy Samp Army, they batted first, just 111 in their 90 balls. They lost O'Brien and Finch early, and that sort of set them back. So Currier's 23 not out off 21 was the pick. All the bowlers were good for the Devils. Abdullah 3 for 19, Sangwan 2 for 19, and in reply the Devils do it comfortably through Amato's is unbeaten 37 and Taylor's 36. 112 for 4. They win by 6 wickets. So the competition comes to an end for these two teams. Let's go downstairs now and join Ash.
Delhi Devils versus Kandy Samp Army, and Delhi Devils winning it today. First of all, congratulations. And I'm down here with Brendan Taylor. And starting off, we saw how you played today and how the team went well. And today, 2 wins back-to-back, and also the last 2 games must be a turnaround out of the 6 matches.
Yeah, I think we started to find our feet a little bit. Just unfortunate we couldn't do that a bit sooner. But what a wonderful experience, and thoroughly enjoyable with a great bunch of guys.
And we also saw your bowling unit was effective today. What was, you were able to limit the target score to 111. What was the plan when your team was bowling?
I think it's a slightly different wicket to what it was yesterday. It was a little bit slower, took a little bit more spin, but we were well disciplined, and we hit our areas really well and made it very difficult for them to score.
And now your campaign at the tournament has come to an end. What do you think about the whole tournament, the format and the experience?
Wonderful experience, wonderful format, a lot of fun. I hope it continues to grow, and hopefully we can be back next year bigger and better.
Yeah, sure. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank
and
you.
Back to you, Cons.
Thank you.
Surely.
They just needed 112 to win, and they did it with 4 wickets down. The Samp Army will end in 5th. The Devils, with a couple of wins just towards the back end of the competition, they end in 6th. Next up is the Strikers, top of the table against the Lions, who are right at the foot. We're off to a break, and when we come back, we'll have the post-match presentation. So the Kandy Samp Army, they really needed a comprehensive victory if they were going to get into those top 2 places and make the final, but instead they turned out a insipid performance and lost to the Delhi Devils, who now end 2nd from bottom with 4 points. Right, let's go downstairs now and join the voice of Sri Lankan cricket, Roshan Abasinga, for the post-match presentation.
Well, Delhi Devils will be very pleased with their effort towards the latter end of the tournament. Consecutive wins here, and congratulations to them for winning today by 6 wickets. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation of the Magic Win Sports Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. And let me thank our partners, our developers, Star Sports and Bally's Entertainment. And let me start off by inviting Mr. Ganesh Sharma to give away the Magic Win Sports Player of the Match, an award of US 500 and an N7 Real Estate goodie box. It goes to Iqbal Abdullah. We got the Electric Award of US 500 that will be presented by Mr. Ayush Sharma, who's the team owner of Delhi, and that too goes to Iqbal Abdullah. So he's got 2 awards today for his outstanding bowling. Congratulations, Iqbal. And our final award will be given away by Mr. Hitesh Patel, the representative of Kandy Samp Army, for the maximum sixers of US 500. Goes to Brendan Taylor. So that's a consolation indeed. And that concludes our post-match presentation.
Yeah, it was some innings by Brendan Taylor, but his competition is done. But not for these fellas. One last game for the Colombo Lions. They have an opportunity to really spoil the party here, but it's going to have to be some performance. The Strikers take on the Lions next in Palakele. We'll see you in a bit.